Welcome! Today I will be talking about managing constraints when dealing with change. It is not unusual for companies to define objectives that are extremely ambitious. So, for example, we are going to increase our profitability by 300%. Well, it's a big number, so can we actually do that? In the previous videos, I've spoken about the importance of defining objectives that are actually clear, that are real, and most of all that are a priority for the company, to measure those objectives and also to identify the gap and therefore the actions that can be implemented in order to achieve change successfully. However, one of the elements that sometimes people that manage change tend to downplay are the constraints. Constraints can be of different nature. For example, constraints can be financial. It may be a priority for the company to achieve a certain objectives, but for example, the company may not have the funds required to achieve those goals. So let's pretend that, for example, the company wants to implement and upgrade their IT system, but for example, the cost is prohibitive, and therefore the company is not in a position to implement this change unless, for example, they are going to get a loan from the bank or from investors. Sometimes the constraints can be related to resources, so for example to the people that can be used in order to achieve a specific objective. So let's pretend that there are, for example, the requirement is to get 10 people to work at a specific project, but the company is finding it very hard to find internal resources, so people that have got the skills that will allow the company to achieve their goal. So there can be different types of constraints. Sometimes they can be operational, sometimes they can be relating to budget, sometimes they can be related to economical situation. Let's take what's going on now in Europe. So with the crisis of the euro, what's going on in Spain and what's going on in Greece. So these are all constraints that have to be taken into consideration when dealing with change. Why? Because they can have a genuine detrimental impact on the ability of the company to achieve their objectives within the time frame that they have actually determined. Thank you so much for watching.